of what went on in the house and her experiences with the family. How you doing, baby?
How you doing? First and foremost, I just want to give my respects to Roxy, my cousin, for being my voice. At the end of the day, I wouldn't even be able to sit here and talk about this if it wasn't for Roxy. We had very multiple personal talks, and she's more than family to me. That's my sister. She was my voice, and she's Nazaya's voice. And at the end of the day, she encouraged me to let me know that it's okay. I got you. Through it all, I'm here. It shouldn't have took for my cousin to come back and be able to be the voice, but she was, and through that, I'm forever grateful. So, with that being said, any backlash that y'all have to say about Roxy, keep it. Furthermore, um, it is hard talking about this, but at the end of the day, like I said, I have backbones, and they're there for me, so I'm able to talk about it. And I do wish I would have talked about it sooner. I did not know what was going on. But once again, close family members let me know that the things that I thought happened to me, and it took me a long time actually, to recall what happened to me. I thought I used to dream about it. I have a therapist that I talk to, but I teach my kids to speak up. And the worst fear for you as a mother who has been touched or molested is for your kids to go through it and to suffer in it. And Roxy told me, when you're able to talk about it, talk about it. And she encouraged me. So once again, I'm here, and it's not about me. It's to bring awareness on the situation. It's to bring awareness that Nazaya case is real. It can happen with family and loved ones. It can happen with the ones that you trust the most. And talk about it. Speak on it. If you see something, say something, because a lot could be prevented. And the ones who don't believe my testimony, I pray for you. I love you very much. I don't hate you. I pray you seek validation in your life, and I pray that I mean you well. Who I hate, and I don't have hate for no one. I hate you, Jarvis, because you stripped Isaiah of her innocence. Something that was once done to me, and I know how it feels to seek validation in the ones that who did it to you. Because once again, like I told y'all, I love my cousins, and I seek validation in them for asking them, and for still knowing what they did to me, and still trying to reach out, and still wanting to be around them because it's family.
Now you told me that part of the reason or the main reason why it was hard for you to speak about this for so long was because these are your family members and you love them
Yes.
and you didn't want to hurt them.
No.
And that's the exact dynamic. That's the exact component that keeps so many kids silent about what's going on in the households because they don't want to hurt the people that's hurting them. And then you said this is going on from age 6 to 12.
Yes. And once again, both of my child fathers can even vouch. Even close family members. A lot of people could. I went through a lot of things. It's not about me. And at the end of the day, both of my child fathers know that I'm not lying, because they even had to suffer from my trauma. And that's the truth be told, because I have 2 children. I have an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I promise you, the trauma lives on. I don't play about where my kids go. I don't trust certain family members.
That was part of what you said to me that first day that I met you. You said, Mark, that's why I never let my kids go over there, because
my kids don't know half of my family, and I hate that. I love my cousin. I love Roxy, because I know it's a safe place. I know that there's nothing weird going on. I love my cousin Malik. I love Brianna. I love my auntie Kenya. I love my cousin Miguel. Before all this even unfolded, people had so much to say. People had so much to badger about my auntie Kenya, but she was right. Now, what I do hate is that Kiki and Janelle is bickering with my cousin, because at the end of the day, you should be combining with her, because I'm not going to lie. Y'all had some, y'all shed a little light of something. I can't say y'all did as much, but y'all shed a little light. I heard multiple stories.
I can at least credit Janelle.
Okay.
With all of the credit that everybody gives me, right? Janelle is the one
that part.
And if it wasn't for Janelle,
but
me.
And that's what I'm saying. And as far as my sister, you know what I know, and I love you very much. I love you deep in my soul. You know that. But you should have spoke up for me, and I love you. But here I am. Okay. And yeah. I'm gonna stick it behind the ones who was my voice. And now it came to the point where they gave me the strength to be able to talk about this, and it's not about me. I just want to raise the awareness that things get real, and say something. You see something, because it can prevent so much. It can prevent so much. And I wish I would have been able to prevent a lot, but I can't lie. I was going through a lot, and I didn't want to badger anybody because it happened so young, and I was figuring it out. I was still trying to make sure that what I was thinking was not some made believe, And it's so sad to say that it took me years to realize what happened to me was not a lie. What happened to me was real.
It wasn't a dream. You said
it was not a dream.
You told me that as you got older, you thought back on
I thought I was dreaming it.
And you thought it was a dream that you was thinking about.
Yes. They made everything that they even experienced me to into a game.
So all of the inappropriate experiences that they had with you, it was they cloaked it in the form of a game that they was playing with you, and you told me that they was actually teaching you.
Yes. How to perform oral things. Honestly, and I hate to say it, I've been through a couple of relationships with females, and I do feel like they are the reasons why I am bisexual. I'm sorry. I teach my kids to say something. Tell mommy. So it did take a minute, and I did not know what was going on in that household until certain family members, close ones, was bringing it to my attention that it was going on. And that's when I felt the need to try to take some type of action, and Roxy was the main one who was encouraging me, wherever way you want to take it, cuz I'm there for you. So I spoke up, and I'm ready for whatever is to come with that.
Ms. Harris, I also have some questions for you. You and Mr. Butts have been, or you've known him for about 12 years?
Correct.
Okay. And fair to say that you were in a dating relationship with him for most of that time?
Correct.
But towards the end, like last year, it was more off and on, fair to say?
No, it was on and off for years.
For years, okay. But you have 5 children with him?
Correct.
And this relationship that you had with him, even towards the end when it was on, it was a sexual relationship, right?
Correct.
Sometimes you go to a motel to have sex with him,
Correct. When, yes.
and that motel was the Park Crest Inn?
Or the SharePoint.
There was more than one?
Multiples, yes.
Okay. But one of them was the Park Crest? Said yes?
Correct.
And it's in Harper Woods,
Correct.
on Harper?
Correct.
Okay. Do you know if Mr. Butts, or do you suspect that Mr. Butts has taken other women to those motels also?
Correct.
You do?
Mm.
I believe you said that you have, of your 5 children with him, 2 are girls
Yes.
and 3 are boys.
Correct.
And in January of this time, well, January 2023, you were living with your mother on Bedford, correct?
Correct.
Prior to that, were you living in Clinton Township?
Correct.
When did you leave the Clinton Township home and move to the Bedford home?
October 23.
And so there were times when you were in Clinton Township that Mr. Butts would travel out there to see the kids,
Correct.
and then when you moved to the Bedford address, he would go to the Bedford address to see the kids.
Correct.
And then the Bedford address is when Messiah was also living there, correct?
Correct.
And I believe you just testified that on January the 9th, you were living at that house? on
Correct.
Bedford, and you were there during the day?
Correct.
And so were you one of the first people that realized that Messiah did not come home when she was expected to be home?
Well, I didn't realize it until I had got a question by the other kids had asked, did I have Naziah came home yet, or have I seen her? And I said no.
Do you remember what time that was in the afternoon?
That was in the evening. My mom picked them up 6 o'clock.
So that was about 3 hours later than she normally should have been home?
Correct.
Was that surprising?
Yes, it was.